Honeycomb Punch!
Hey gamers, I actually have big news, but I didn't feel like just making a short video for an announcement.
Right, this is a public service announcement for all of you.
And I am definitely not gonna post it on my Twitter, because no one reads my Twitter. Also, I had a few pickups I got off camera, so I couldn't feature them in an episode of this. So I thought, you know what? This is a perfect chance to do another pickups video. You'll excuse me if I stop to fan myself, it's just ridiculously hot in here. Right, so, first off, I got a bunch of Game Boy games. This one, I got off social media. Some dude was selling it on Facebook. This is Golden Sun, second one I believe, the Lost Age for the Game Boy Advance. It's the second in a great RPG series. Unfortunately, as you can probably see, the box is extremely beaten up, but that's the only thing that's wrong with it essentially. I just need to find like a box for $5 and voila, I've got a complete copy of The Lost Age for cheap. So that's good. This next batch of pickups actually links in with the first part of my big news. I graduated high school. So essentially, I went with my classmates to Limassol to celebrate. And I walk into one of those tourist shops by the beach. You know, the ones with like the cheap souvenirs and the knockoff towels. I went there looking to buy a comb because I forgot to pack one. And lo and behold, I see a shelf of retro games. A lot of those were Game Boy games, but I wouldn't trust that store to have legitimate games, so I only bought the ones that are Nortex sealed, unfortunately. Those would be the ones with the ugly strip going around and seal here. But this is essentially a seal from the official importer of the region for Greece and Cyprus for Nintendo games. So you know they're legit. These were all 10 a piece. Actually, everything in that store was uniformly priced. PS2 games were 25, DS games were 15, Game Boy and PlayStation 1 were 10, and modern games were extremely overpriced. But of course, I decided that I would ask if they can give me a discount. So I bundled up a bunch of items, and I go to the desk. I'm like, hi, I want to buy a bunch of this old stuff off you. Would it be possible for you to give me a better price on it? Of course they said yes, because first off, bundle stuff. Always bundle stuff up. You're gonna get cheaper prices when you bundle stuff up. And secondly, this stuff has probably been sitting on their shelves for like a decade now. So they're glad to get rid of it. I got these items for a total of 38. And that includes 3 Game Boy games, 1 DS game, and 1 PlayStation 1 game. All sealed, except actually a DS game, so I'll start with a DS game. I got Mr. Driller Drill Spirits for the DS. And somehow this actually wasn't sealed. This is new, but unsealed. I don't know how this happened, so I had a mini heart attack once I saw the lack of a seal. But thankfully everything's in there, everything's legit, so that's great. Apparently this is a puzzle game. I've never played something in the Mr. Driller series before, but I do want to give this a shot, because it looks like a really cute puzzle game. Next up, there are 3 Game Boy games. Woody Woodpecker in Crazy Castle 5. Crazy Castle is traditionally a Looney Tunes series. It's usually starring Bugs Bunny. And the 5th installment somehow stars Woody Woodpecker from a completely different series. This seems to be quite an uncommon game. I looked these games up on eBay later to find what they're worth, and I can only find 1 or 2 copies of this game in box. So I'm actually quite glad I got this. In fact, I'm not sure what any of these go for, because I couldn't find lots of these games in the condition that they're in. They might be worth less than I paid for them, but you know what? I'm just really happy to have found these. This was such an unexpected find. Plus, I get these games out of obscurity and into my shelf. These are finally given a happy home. So yeah, first game, Woody Woodpecker, Crazy Castle 5. Next game is a port of the Dreamcast game. This is Choo Choo Rocket, which I hear great stuff about, but I've actually never played. So I think I'm not going to play this on the Game Boy. I'm going to leave this sealed and I'm probably just gonna pick up a copy for the Dreamcast and play it like it was originally meant to be played. And next I have, what the hell is this? Next I have Maniac Racers Advance by Konami. I have no idea what this is. I really have no idea what this is, but it looks cool, so. And finally, a sealed PlayStation 1 game. How often do you come across a sealed PlayStation 1 game? This is Micromaniacs, and it's part of the Micro Machines series. So I kind of really want to play this, because apparently this is a hidden gem on the system. The Micro Machines are a great racing game series, and I love me some racing games, but I'm gonna keep this sealed. It's a sealed PlayStation 1 game. How often do you come across these in a completely unexpected place? That was awesome. I was really happy to find this. Linking to part 2 of my big news, it was my birthday June 1st. And everyone just gave me money for my birthday rather than a gift. It's the lack of thought that counts. But I decided to put that money to good use, and I stopped by my good friends at Megaland. I went there looking to buy Fire Emblem Awakening. And funny story, I walk in, 5 minutes before it closes, and first off I told the guy, don't worry, I know what I'm looking for, I want Fire Emblem Awakening. Because I worked there, I worked at retail, and if you worked at retail, you'll know how annoying it is to have a customer come in right before the shop closes. So anyway, I head straight for the 3DS games. And the guy's like, wait, you said Fire Emblem? A guy came in earlier, we had run out of that game, but I can help you search if you want. So I said, yeah, why not? We went through the 3DS games, and behind Donkey Kong, I believe, I found one copy of the game. It doesn't even have a price tag on it. It just has a little alarm thing, so you don't steal it. And it was hidden behind all of the Donkey Kong games, so I was so lucky to have found this. It is my destiny to play this game. So yeah, I am going to unseal it. Unfortunately, I don't usually do that, but you know what? I don't care. I finished Sacred Stones for the Game Boy Advance during my exam period. That was the first Fire Emblem game I ever played, and I just needed more of that experience. It was amazing. So I'm really looking forward to playing this. And then, right after I paid, I noticed on the shelf next to the counter where they have all the AAA releases, they still had a couple of copies of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix Limited Edition, sealed. I already played all the games in this collection. It has the first Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, it has Rechain of Memories, and it has 358 over 2 days as a cutscene movie form, whatever. But that's why I didn't feel like I needed to get this. However, I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I love this series so much. I needed to ask how much it was because there's no price tag on this either. So the guy scans it and he can't find it in the system. He's like, you know what? Whatever, I'll just look it up online, see how much it goes for. So he went on Amazon and he's like, you know what? I can do 50. So I'm thinking about it because, like I said, I don't need this game. And then my former boss walks in, right when he's offering the 50. And he's like, you can do kind of better deal than that. So I get this for 38. Thank you very much, Megaland. Like legit, much appreciated, thank you. So a huge shout out to my friends over at Megaland for hooking me up with this great deal. I'm probably gonna leave this sealed and buy a used copy of this so I don't have to unseal it. It's a shame. It's so snug and it's plastic. Plus, it's gonna look great on my shelf and my collection. I'm really glad to have found a copy of this because I can't find this anywhere physical retail anymore. I can only find this online, and I don't want to order a game. Wow, it's hot. So now that I got my pickups in frame to maybe distract you a bit from the gravity of the situation, I am moving on to a big unknown step in my life because all of a sudden I find myself not having to do my army duty yet, and I'm moving not just house but out of the country. I am going to live permanently in Dubai with my family, and I really don't know what's the next step from here? I guess I'm gonna look up unis in the UK now and apply next year. Plus, I've never been to Dubai before, so the country is completely unknown to me. It's uncharted territory. It is really hot in here. And yeah, essentially, I need to figure out how to proceed with the really important stuff before I can continue work on my channel. And it's a shame to have to slam on the brakes after starting to gain steam and gaining momentum. But you know what? It happens, and this channel is really a hobby and not as important as my tertiary education, for example. But yeah, I just wanted to get that message across. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for sticking by my channel, to all 43 of you. And welcome to anyone else who subscribes after I post this. I'm sorry for having to make you wait before I put a new video up. The reason I'm not using a fan is because it will make this buzzing noise. I tried. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Cheers.